Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we'll take a look at the 1999 Ford Taurus SHO, one of my favourite American cars of all time. It is heinously ugly front wheel drive, but it has a fantastic Yamaha derived V8 under the bonnet. I would own one for all of 5 minutes to say I've owned a Ford Taurus SHO. Anyways, for show, this one looks like a NASCAR, which is an interesting decision. Of course, this happened to another car in the game as well, the Dodge Intrepid, which turns into a dragster-like vehicle. This one turns into a NASCAR, despite the fact that it has very non-NASCAR statistics. So, front engine, front wheel drive, 370 horsepower, 1,289 kilos. It is worth mentioning the Project A spec mod adds a proper Taurus stock car, which we will see go around the course at some point, I'm sure. That one is, as it should be, rear wheel drive, 850 odd horsepower. And this one isn't, so don't expect this to be rousing success, because it is an American front wheel drive saloon car. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM Edition, set a time of 27.223. The Taurus SHO unlikely to beat that. This car is a 4-speed. I strongly suspected it might be. First gear does 77 kilometers an hour. This is supposed to have 370 horsepower and it feels dog slow. I will be honest, it feels really, really slow. Oh dear. I also like the fact that Polyphony, I don't know if they expected this car to show up in races or something at some point in development, but I do love how it's got rear brake lights, despite being a stock car, which obviously doesn't have lights whatsoever. They're all just stickers. In this case, they actually put little brake lights into it, which is cute, next to the big Taurus on the back of it. As I said, like the NASCAR would have. Actually, that's I say this thing's dog slow. The actual speed trap, it's quicker than that Peugeot 406 we had at the start of this, and that was a very quick front wheel drive car. This obviously not as quick as that. This does not feel nearly as athletic as that. Athletic, I should say. It feels like a late 90s American front-wheel drive car. All the stereotypes that you would think of when you think late 90s American front-wheel drive car, that's what this feels like to drive. It truly is something. It really is. It's, yeah. I mean, it's cool. You know, it looks cool, and again, Taurus SHO, big V8, love it. But, of course, in actual fact, it is dog slow. I mean, what I really should say is a shout out to, I don't even know if I mentioned this on the channel before, Vanishing Point, the game that was on like PS1 and Dreamcast, had a Mercury Sable wagon in it, and I always thought that was like ridiculous when I first saw that as a kid. So maybe what I really want is a Sable wagon and stick a SHO motor in it. Because as cool as this Yamaha derived V8 is, I'm sure Taurus SHOs are not expensive cars. If I remember rightly, everyone wants the first gen because the second gen, this gen, is very ugly, which is why I like it. Apparently the Americans had not heard of new edge styling. This is sort of new blob. Design it to look like a fish, which is sort of what like Ford would do later on, but a much better job at it. In case you're wondering why I'm using first gear for this, it's because it tops out far too early, so it's basically unusable. That was painful. That really was very painful to drive. Yeah, not brilliant. It looks like it goes a lot quicker than it does. To be fair, I mean, like, straight line speed's not bad. It's just, it's 4-speed auto. If this had a proper gearbox in it, 31s would definitely be doable, but yeah, as it stands, it has not got a proper gearbox in it, and as a result, it's very slow. Yeah. I think that could go quicker. If I am being honest, then yeah, there's definitely a little bit of time in that. If you sort of optimized gear ratios and got the right turn in, which is difficult because it's understeery and heavy. There's definitely some time in that, but I don't think there's much. 31.929 will place it into 249th place. It goes in the same place that Integra GS went last time, so you can have an Integra GS or you can have a Taurus SHO. Although the Taurus SHO is quicker, so maybe that's the one you want. Now, interesting thing to note, cars comparable to this, it is actually quicker than. It's quicker than a BMW 840 Ci, it is far quicker than a BMW 740i, quicker than an Aristo. These are all on stock gearboxes, which might explain that. I mean, it's quicker than a Plymouth Cuda, so this is basically a muscle car, right? So for a muscle car, it didn't do too bad. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's not. It's not quick. It's not quick. So yeah, Shelby GT500 is only 0.2 up the road though, so that's something to bear in mind. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something probably less ridiculous. Until then, farewell.
The sorrow that my heart holds in knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going. How lonely you've been. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father with love.